Welcome back, everybody. Amazon shares down over 27% year-to-date after reporting another earnings miss last week. The company continues to suffer losses stemming from failed product launches. In the last year, it announced ventures into drones, the Fire Phone, Fire TV, Amazon Pantry, and Amazon Fresh, not to mention its latest offering, the Amazon Fire Stick. So is this what the company should be doing with investors' money, or is Jeff Bezos lost in the jungle? Bill George thinks that the e-commerce giant is on the right track. He's a Harvard Business School professor and former Medtronic chairman and CEO. But BGR.com founder Jonathan Geller thinks Bezos and team are lost in the jungle. Gentlemen, welcome to both of you. Get ready to make your cases here. Jonathan, why don't we start with you? There have been plenty of investors who have questioned Bezos in the past. They've all been wrong. He's been right. Why is this time different?
I just think that what they're trying to do in terms of getting into new areas is a lot more difficult now. Instead of spending $10 million to undercut a competitor, that they're going to end up acquiring anyway, they have to spend billions of dollars for TV content alone. So when you look at the verticals they're trying to get into and the big boys they're trying to play with, they're now a smaller fish in a big sea. When you look at them competing with Apple and Samsung and Hulu and Netflix and HBO and Comcast, these are big, big companies that have big budgets, that have all the things that Amazon wants, and I don't think they can afford to leap into those categories to play with them.
Bill, why do you think that investors should have a little patience here?
Well, Jeff Bezos has proved himself time and again, Becky, to be a visionary. Okay, he busted his pick with the Apple phone, or the, the Fire phone. But I tell you, he is going through two major transitions. One for being a software content services provider to a hardware provider as well, and also this major shift from online retailing into being a media and information. It's going to cost a lot of money. I remember I was with him. He was trying to bring out the Kindle, his first hardware product. He was really struggling. His CFO came to him and said, Jeff, how much money are you prepared to lose on this product? And he said, how much can we raise? He said, I'll spend whatever it takes. And I think you'll see, I think he should probably cap his losses on the phone, but I think Fire TV and all these things related to this shift into media and information is going to be a very important movement for him. And I think he'll get there. He's going to struggle a little bit, but he'll get there.
George, here's a corporate governance question, though. One of the things you're seeing now as a trend is companies are splitting themselves like crazy. We talked about MSG this morning, eBay and PayPal. Everybody is splitting up into 100 different pieces on the assumption that somehow they can become that much more focused. Why are you laughing?
Bill, that's not your
What did I call him?
Bill George.
Oh, I call him Bill George.
No, it's they have it there.
Anyway, hi, Bill. It's nice to see you. Anyway, but what do you make, though, of that trend, broadly speaking?
Well, I think it's a big mistake for IT companies to follow this trend. I think I have real questions about eBay breaking up, tell you the truth. This is the current thing in M&A and the activists. I'll tell you, 5 to 7 years, we'll be back putting them all together again. You have to compete with people like Google, and that's who Amazon's looking at, people that are putting more and more together, and Bezos has built from nothing to a very big entity, just like Larry Page has. And you've got to keep going in many ways. Mark Zuckerberg's doing the same thing. So I think you need to build very strong network services, and this whole media and information thing is a huge game, and he's competing with all kinds of people. So he's got to take that on. He's going to invest billions. But the one thing about Bezos, I think we have to raise the question, Andrew, is at what time do investors see you monetize these gains? It's been 15 years. They've been very patient. And fantastic revenue growth and lots of eyeballs, as Jeff likes to say. But when do they monetize the gains and actually bring it to the bottom line, like Google and Facebook and others have?
That seems to be the question, Jonathan, that investors are asking right now.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, markets really will pay for possibilities, but at some point there has to be a reality, right? So everyone has to pinch themselves at some point. And I think that if we keep talking about what areas Amazon wants to go into, they're never going to make money if they're going to keep up this charade. I mean, every single industry and market they want to get into, they have to spend so much money. How are they ever going to generate a profit? I think it's interesting that people think Bezos can just snap his fingers and magically we'll see, a load of profit every quarter whenever he wants.
Although one of the things we're not looking at on the screen of all the latest initiatives would be Amazon Cloud. And that's something that the early spending, the heavy spending, got them to be one of the top 3 players. According to Satya Nadella, you're really just looking at Amazon, Google, and Microsoft. What do you think, Jonathan?
I think it's a great point. I think Amazon's AWS is a great infrastructure, and I think they did a really great job there. So, these things can, yield results, but I think if we look at their hardware side of the business, they're all loss leaders to keep people in their ecosystem. But my argument is their ecosystem isn't as strong as other ecosystems, in terms of their content, their music, their TVs. It's just for Amazon Prime. Then you look at them getting into grocery deliveries and drones, and I mean, you have all these, moonshots, and I think it's a little preposterous at some point.
All right, Jonathan.
Well,
Bill?
I think
Go ahead, Bill.
He's got to keep trying.
Yeah.
And look at the 10-year record, Becky. He's up 740%. That's 200 points better than Google.
So have been wrong.
It's not for the faint of heart, but don't bet against him for the long term. He's proved it every time.
All right, Bill, Jonathan, thank you both. You both made strong cases, and we'll see you back here again soon. When we come back.